successes. But let's take you through the grid for Race 2, Heat 1, Junior Rotax. And here it is. Boris Maximov starts from pole position. 5 drivers penalised and given a 5-place grid drop post-qualifying, having been deemed to have impeded other drivers during the session. Well, it's going to be Boris Maximov and Jacob Ashcroft. It's like mini-max days all over again on the front row. Mate Kobahidze, the young Georgian, will be lining up on the inside of row number 2 with Jim back alongside. Lars Lambers and Alan Vida round out row number 3. Bran van der Weken and Luca van Leer round out row 4. Cameron Nelson and Raymond Bansel round out the top 10. Ahead of Rico van Berkel, Thijs van Wijk, Lad Tomenchuk, Nicolas Machon, Max Siderski and Ollie Wise. So the drivers that were penalised in the qualifying session were Thijs van Wijk, then also Nicolas Machon, the 284 of Luca van Leer, the 290 of Bran van der Weken and the 297 of Max Siderski, all picking up a 5-place penalty post-timed qualifying. So for mini rookie and juniors, it is 7 minutes plus an additional lap per heat. For all other classes, for DD2, Masters and Seniors, it will be 10 minutes plus an additional lap. Then we up the ante for the Super Heats, 9 minutes plus a lap for mini rookie and junior, 12 minutes plus a lap for Senior, DD2 and Masters, and then it'll be 11 minutes plus an additional lap for the finals for mini rookie and junior, 14 minutes plus an additional lap for DD2, Masters and Seniors. 7 minutes on the timer. So Maximov and Ashcroft on the front row, into the tram lines. Revs rise, lights are out, and straight away we get underway in racing. As in towards turn 1, there's going to be a big old freight train coming through at turn 2. Must be Nicolas Machon at the back end of the field, but Maximov leading the way as we head into turn 5 on the opening tour of this race. Then bumping their way through into turn 6 and 7. Just spotted Luca van Leer, who is just ahead of Nicolas Machon. Looks like they've fallen to the back of the train. Air temperature 28 degrees Celsius. 48% wind to the north, around about 20 kilometres an hour. That's about 13 miles per hour itself. But Maximov leads, Kobahidze second, Lambers third, Ashcroft has just got past Bran van der Weken, so has made some steady progress as the young man from Western-super-Mare, who had the perfect mini-max season. Oh, well, up the inside, multiple overtakes happening. Jim back, I think, being passed by Alan Vida. And Ashcroft had Van der Weken up the inside. And Ashcroft now being followed by teammates from Dan Holland Racing. The number 241 of Cameron Nelson. So off the lap 2, Maximov leads Kobahidze by just under 7/10 of a second. Lars Lambers and Bran van der Weken, they've made up 2 and 3 positions each up the grid. Looks like Ollie Wise hasn't made it, well, according to the live timing, I haven't seen Ollie Wise out on circuit, so hasn't been able to make it out there. Meantime, Bran van der Weken, I think, has he gotten up into 3rd place? Might be the case there. Yes, he is ahead of Lars Lambers in the 242, rounding out the top 3. So, change in the top 3 at the moment. Maximov leads, Kobahidze keeping it very, very nicely on track is the youngster from Georgia. Of course, the previous driver that competed in the BNL Karting Series, running now under the Kazakhstani flag. Alexander Abkazava, also a former DHR alumni, a recent winner in Euro Cup 3, which also sees former BNL and Rotax driver alumni Valentin Plus from Germany, who used to race with RS Competition. He now runs with Campos. So Maximov just trying to see if he can extend a little bit of a lead over Kobahidze, which is over 3 laps, expanded to 7.5 tenths of a second. And, well, Van der Weyken, last time around, was pretty quick, 45.8 is the fastest lap of the race, and he's matched it again. Ashcroft has got through on Lambers for P4. Max Sidursky has rocketed his way up the order over the past 4 laps by 8 places, now runs 7th and is running very, very strong, running in the high 46.2 second bracket as we are halfway through the race. Van der Weyken very, very much closing in on Kobahidze. Now into the Schumacher S. And we are about to complete, well, there we go, lap 5 completed. Maximov leads now by just over 7 tenths of a second. So, yeah, looks like Ollie Wise, after 2 laps, has fallen by the wayside. The young man from the UK. Some of the drivers make their way through now into turns 3, 4, and 5. And look at the amount of momentum carry and commitment you have to have in this. Adam Vida closing in on Max Sidursky once again. That is the battle for 7th on the road. Things look to be closing up a little bit. Not between 1st and 2nd, but it's more like 2nd and 3rd at the moment. So another new fastest lap. Van der Weyken is on an absolute tear, but then Thijs van Dijk down in 9th. Has just put in a 45.656 as the 246 from the Netherlands. Currently running behind Adam Vida. And they are not that far apart, about 3, I think that's probably 4 tenths between the pair. Coming down to the final minute and 40. Top 3 last time were covered by 7 tenths. Now we complete lap 7. That's now gone down to under half a second. Van der Weyken looking very, very racy. So is Kobahidze. Maximov is going to have eyes in the back of his head round about now as they're coming through the left-hander at turn 5. There was a possible opportunity for Matic Kobahidze to dive up the inside, but the Georgian thought better of it because he knew he'd be between a rock and a hard place. He's got Maximov in front of him, Van der Weyken behind him. So effectively, Matic Kobahidze is piggy in the middle. He's like the meat in an OTK sandwich at the moment, is the young Georgian. But it could be even closer as we come out of the final corner onto lap number 9. It's 0.369 of a second. Fastest lap last time round, Thijs van Dijk. Max Sidursky drops to 9th in the meantime. The quickest driver out of this top 3, Van der Weyken in 3rd. Kobahidze defended. Maximov nearly opened the door again at turn 5. And we've also had a 5-second time penalty go the way of Max Sidursky, who looks to have been deemed to have been pushing. So Max Sidursky, that is going to drop him right down the order. We are not that far away from getting the checkered flag. So at the moment, Max Sidursky, 4.750 seconds behind the race leader. Could be last. Here comes Van der Weyken up the inside, through into turn 2 on Kobahidze. And Kobahidze did the right thing there, I think, just to sort of hold back, wait, and not fight it too much. You've got to have consistency in these heats. You've also got to make sure that you've got sympathy for the vehicle that you're driving. And also sympathy for the poor beggar, your mechanic, who's going to have to fix it later on if you cause any damage to it. Timer has now officially expired. And this time around, we'll be going on to the final lap of this race. Lap 10 out of 11 completed. Last lap underway. And Maximov has a lead of nearly half a second ahead of Bran van der Weyken. Mate Koperhidze rounds out the top 3. Jacob Ashcroft and Lars Lambers are embroiled in the battle for 4th place. They were covered by about 0.3 of a second after 10 laps of racing, but it is going to be a case that one driver held his nerve. One driver has made up a significant amount of positions. Out of the final corner, checkered flag is waved and is seen first by Boris Maximov, who wins after 11 laps of racing Junior Heat 1 by just under 0.2 of a second. Bran van der Weyken in second. Mate Koperhidze held on to second place as long as he could. Well done to the young Georgian. Jacob Ashcroft finished 4th, ahead of Lars Lambers. Cameron Nelson up 3 places from the start to finish 6th. Danes van Wyk 7th. Max Siderski does finish on the road in 8th, but will be demoted after a 5-second time penalty down to, I would say, 14th. So that will then mean that Aaron Vida, Luca Van Leer and Jim Back will complete the top 10. Nicolas Machon will be promoted to 11th, ahead of Ariman Bansal from India, Lika Van Berkel. Then it will be Max Siderski, followed by Vlad Tominchuk, and unfortunately Ollie Wise retiring on lap 2. Maximov, Van der Weyken and Koperhidze, your provisional top 3 for Junior Rotax Heat number 1.